Hey guys, Laser here, and today we're going to be talking about cards that you thought were worthless and then went up in price. Well, not so much worthless, but weren't as good as you thought they were, or were better than you thought they were. Okay. So back in the day, when Phoenix Wing Wind Blast came out, nobody liked it. Everybody thought it was really stupid. You had to minus yourself to get rid of it. Just whatever. Oh, it just puts it back on top of the deck. That's dumb. It's just pseudo removal. And then, usually as things go, somebody used it in a tournament. I was playing 3 of them, and the price just went up. And now when this happened, I wasn't really into the tournament scene. I didn't know people's names. I didn't pay attention to that stuff. Just one day, my friends were like, "Hey, did you know Phoenix Wing Blast went up in price?" And I'm like, "No, really, they did." And they're like, "Yeah, I guess they're like $13 now or something." I'm like, "For a rare?" And that's like crazy. But back when Phoenix Wing Wind Blast came out, it could be ultimate also. So that was really crazy that a rare. The rare was actually going for a little less, like more like closer to 8 to 10, but the ultis were going for like 12 to 15, which was a lot for a rare at the time. Spirit Reapers I think were the most expensive rare at the time. I think they were like 5 to 8, but they were Spirit Reapers. They're really good. And I think the super rare had just come out recently or something. But anyway, so everybody thought Phoenix Wing Wind Blast was dumb, and then it got really good because somebody played it in a tournament as usual. That's usually what happens. Somebody plays it in a tournament. So I guess what this video is really about is just if you ever feel like a card is decent or kind of good, just hold on to it. Keep a set of 3 and then trade your extras or whatever. Because I don't know how many times myself, Galactic God, or any of our friends have had these cards and said, "Man, that's pretty good, but too bad this is exists right now. Otherwise, that would be an awesome card." Smashing Ground came out, and people stopped playing Fissure, and then people started playing Smashings and Fissures together. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast came out, nobody touched it. I remember when Chaos Sorcerer came out, nobody played it because BLS was so powerful, so much more powerful, and there was no reason to. And then people started playing them together, and that's kind of how Chaos came about. Yeah. So basically, like, if you think there's a card that like seems really good to you, it just like seems very, very decent, pretty powerful, but just doesn't have the opportunity right now, just hold on to it. Keep a set of 3 or whatever. I mean, even if it gets reprinted, you never know what'll get banned. And speaking of banned cards, I really feel like BLS needs to go because it's just too powerful. It's far too powerful. I've seen so many videos this week. I mean, I don't want to give anybody shoutouts or anything, but I mean like maybe 5 or 6 videos this week alone, or not this week, but last week. 5 or 6 videos that were like, oh, blah blah blah, and BLS in the deck, and this is the main game-winning card. This card got me out of so many situations and da da da, and like that's cool, but it's super broken. Like it's just too damn powerful for no reason. Like whenever I've been talking to Galactic God lately, and about how do you think the game could be balanced, more balanced? How do you think that draw power could be balanced? How do you think that this could be balanced? And like, my same argument always comes up, that if a deck type comes out, a new archetype or whatever, then if they have any card that's a tutor, so basically anything like Rhoda, Charge of the Light Brigade, Smoke Signal, anything like that, it needs to be immediately limited to 1 or so balanced that people would only play 1 anyway. And then draw power needs to be ridiculously balanced too, because like it's just too good. When a deck has, let's just say, Pot of Dualities, Pot of Avarice, Allure, and their archetype draw card or whatever, then like any combination of those cards, however, maybe just the 2 Pot of Avarice, or the 1 Pot of Avarice, or the 2 Dualities, or Allure and their draw card, or Dualities, Allure and their draw card, or whatever, then it's just too good because they have too much draw power. And I know that all those cards sound like too much draw power, but people used to play 3 Pot of Greeds, people used to play Pot of Greed and Graceful and Painful and card, all these draw cards. So too much draw power is very difficult to reach unless you just, that's all you're doing is drawing. But when you draw into answers constantly, that's not a bad thing. Another thing is, I kind of was thinking, it was like, if an archetype comes out, they can't get all three of a specific type of card. So what I meant by that was they shouldn't have a counter, draw power, and a tutor. They should have either two of each or a very balanced, one and then a broken one, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, it would be better if all the cards are broken or balanced. But yeah, when I see like a deck comes out and it has a tutor, a draw card, and a counter that are all really good and they play all of them or whatever, it's just like, why even bother? Like, why would I want to play right now? And that deck is obviously the deck that Konami's trying to sell and all that. A good deck that comes to mind is Wind-Ups. Wind-Ups doesn't have draw power. Wind-Ups doesn't have a counter, or if they do, they don't use them. But it's because they don't need to use them. They're basically, once their tutor gets on the board, because it's so powerful and because of the mechanic of the monsters, and that's it. I mean, I really feel like Wind-Ups needs to be hit again. It's just too powerful. I mean, I don't know. You can hate it or whatever all you want, but I mean, like, that's my opinion. I mean, like, it just seems really good. Like Lightsworn, the only reason they left Lightsworn alone is because Japan didn't have all the pieces. But I'm pretty sure Japan has all the Wind-Up pieces. So, and it just seems like super broken. Like, I was watching Team Saki do some, combo examples, and they just seem like really, you could do so much. And I was testing against them, and they could do a lot and just swarm the board and have 6 cards in your hand still. It just seems so unfair. But anyways, I don't control any of that, so all you players who play Wind-Ups, you're pretty safe. But yeah, so this video is basically about cards you think are worthless. Not worthless, but cards that don't seem as good right now. Just hold on to them because they could get better. They could get better because you never know what's going to get banned or what'll get limited. And, allowing the cards you like an opportunity to shine. Or you don't know what's going to come out in the next set or 2 sets or whatever that'll go really well with that card. And balance in the game, basically. BLS needs to be banned again. I think Monster Reborn could go too, and they could just bring back Call. I mean, not bring back Call, but bring back Premature. Because I don't think there's any cards left that like combo with that. Like at all, Bryo's gone. Giant Tornade's gone, unless they plan on bringing Giant Tornade back at some point. I don't ever see Bryo coming back. There aren't a whole lot of cards that add cards to your hand, continuously like Bryo, and Giant Tornade's gone, so that doesn't clear the board and give you another opportunity to bring out another card or whatever. They didn't bring back DMLC like a lot of people thought off the ban list, so I think Premature would be a safe bet to go ahead and bring that back because it's like poppable. You can hit it with Mystical, you got to pay 800, puts you in a situation. A lot of people like to play Warning. Warning is like the most powerful, counter, basically. I mean, I like Judgment, but Warning, people prefer Warning. You can play 2 of them, so yeah, I could see Premature coming back over Monster Reborn, unless there's another card I'm missing, whatever. So yeah, keep those decent cards because they could get better. I think BLS, Monster Reborn, and it should be banned. Wind-Ups need to get hit again. Something needs to happen to that deck to where it's like playable, but just not as overpowered as it is. Where they can make like maybe 2 exceeds a turn or something, giving your point. It just seems like there isn't any way to stabilize against that deck. But anyways, so yeah, those 2. Yeah, that's basically it. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see when I put out new videos, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys later.